I often wonder, do the ultra-rich really live in the incredible mansions they show to the public? Or is it just a status thing to own a museum-like home? After all, why would anyone need 17 bedrooms and 19 bathrooms? Regardless of their occupation status, these incredible homes deserve a tour, and you're in luck. Today, we will take a look inside the ultra-luxurious manors the wealthiest people in the world call homes. Number 10. Jeff Bezos. The retail tycoon, who is well known for his high-class taste, is one of the biggest property owners in the US. His collection of mansions, apartments, and estates is worth more than $600 million. The colossal amount is not even 0.5% of Bezos' net worth. After all, the Amazon owner has over $148 billion in his bank account. Among his 14 properties, one that really stands out is his Washington, D.C. manor. Although it pales in comparison to some of his other purchases, this Washington manor is actually the largest home ever sold in the capital. Naturally, Bezos didn't exactly get it at a discount, as he paid $23 million. The 34,000 square feet palace has 25 bathrooms, 11 bedrooms, 3 kitchens, a whiskey tasting room with an adjacent wine cellar, and of course, a ballroom. Everything in this lavish mansion can be described simply as theatrical, as one of his high-profile guests has described it. While his Washington, D.C. manor is without a doubt the creme de la creme of Jeff's properties, his Medina home is certainly not far behind. This was his first big real estate purchase, for which he paid a staggering $10 million in 1998. 12 years later, he had put another $28 million into renovations, and he decided to grab his neighbor's 24,000 square foot Tudor-style home, which was listed at $53 million at the time. The house's interior is kept secret, although from air shots we can see a large swimming pool, a spa center, and a gourmet kitchen. Naturally, this secrecy gives room to speculation, and I'm happy to start a rumor that Bezos keeps the last dodo bird for his personal entertainment inside the house. Of course, Jeff wouldn't be a real estate collector if he hadn't had at least one ultra-luxurious apartment in New York. Bezos has 3 of them, actually, on Billionaire's Row, overlooking Central Park. This purchase cost him $7.6 million back in 1999. His 3 apartments in the Century Building turned out to be way too small for Bezos' ambitions, so he purchased another one for $5.3 million. Once again, the apartment's interior is kept from the public eye. However, the building itself has some ultra-luxurious amenities Bezos most likely enjoys whenever he stays. The Century Building is famous for its luxury spa and gorgeous indoor pool. That might be enough for you, but Bezos actually bought the 5th apartment on Billionaire Row, this time at 212 Fifth Avenue, where the price was a bit saltier, $80 million. Well, the apartment was a 3-story high, ultra-luxurious penthouse with 5 bedrooms, a 7-room master apartment, a terrace with a stunning view of Manhattan's skyline, and some pretty extravagant toys, like a $20,000 foosball table. And just so he can stay somewhere, when he visits the West Coast, he purchased a $24.5 million Beverly Hills mansion with an ultra-luxurious setting, lavish decorations, and all the amenities a guy who has everything can enjoy. Naturally, that wasn't enough, so in 2020 he bought the Warner estate for the mind-blowing price of $165 million. This was the most expensive home ever sold in LA at the time. I wonder if his next purchase will be a genuine palace, maybe somewhere in Europe this time. Number 9. Bill Gates. Jeff Bezos is not the only one who liked Medina, Washington, as a place to build an ultra-luxurious palace. Bill Gates, probably the most famous billionaire in the world, paid only $2 million to make his dream house. Today, Xanadu 2.0 is worth more than $148 million. The property, named after the fictional home of Citizen Kane, is one truly magnificent place with 18 bathrooms and 7 bedrooms. The entire house is massive, with 66,000 square feet of living space. And as you might have guessed, high-tech designer solutions are at the cornerstone of this impressive mega mansion. Can you expect anything less from the guy who gave us Windows, PC, and among the coolest high-tech solutions in the house are the thermostat sensors that automatically customize each room you get into to your preferred temperature and lighting brightness. Furthermore, guests have the opportunity to change the art pieces on their walls. This cost the multi-billionaire around $80,000. To top it all off, the swimming pool has its own underwater surround sound system, just in case you want to do your lengths with a particularly dramatic melody. If you get bored, you can always visit the trampoline room, the private theater, or the private library, where you can read the 130 million worth manuscript of Leonardo. No, not DiCaprio, the other one. Number 8. Warren Buffett. Back in 1958, homes were much cheaper. That's why your boomer grandfather will always look down on you, as you are close to 30 and still haven't bought a house. Even by 1958 standards, Warren Buffett went a bit overboard. He paid almost double the average price of homes then, and bought his dream house in Omaha, where he continues to live to this day. The place he bought for around $31,000 today is worth north of $650,000. To put it into perspective, the house has scaled its worth 3 times despite the inflation. The house is tiny compared to Bezos or Gates, but it's still 6,570 square feet and has 5 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. The interior is simply marvelous, with a meticulous design reminiscent of the elegant 50s. It's decorated with oriental rugs, marble side tables, and furniture that throws back to classical European palaces. Buffett has often mentioned that he could buy a house worth $100 million, but his Omaha home has something that no ultra-luxurious mansion or even Joe Biden can provide: memories. Number 7. Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg probably knows everything about you if you have any of Meta's products on your phone, but today we are going to look a bit inside his life for a change. The billionaire invested $7 million into a lovely home in Palo Alto, California. Ironically, the Facebook owner decided that his privacy was way too precious to live among others, so he bought all his neighbors' houses at inflated prices so he could have all the privacy a man who deals with everyone's personal data deserves. This cost him another $30 million, which, let's be honest, is not something Mark will notice. He's far more interested in recording that one time you ate in a Mexican restaurant, so now all you can see is Mexican food everywhere. Combined, the estate is truly something to behold. Mark has 15 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms to choose from, a large swimming pool, and one stunning garden. The main house has 5 bedrooms and bathrooms, a saltwater pool because fresh water is for poor people, a fireplace, an ultra-luxurious pavilion with various entertainments, and a top-notch spa center. Of course, Zuck has some extravagant decisions, like a t-shirt cannon that always supplies Mark with grey t-shirts. And can you imagine a high-tech entrepreneur that doesn't have a smart home? In Zuckerberg's house, however, the AI was built by the man himself and is with the angelic voice of Morgan Freeman. Since stealing your personal data is so much work, Zuckerberg has decided to buy himself not 1, but 2 vacation properties at Lake Tahoe, worth roughly $59 million combined. Both are lakefront properties, so Mark can go skinny dipping without anyone disturbing him. Number 6. Steve Jobs. This brilliant entrepreneur, inventor, and genius, unfortunately, is no longer among us. However, while alive, Jobs was never the big spender type. His wardrobe was as boring as a Friday evening family game night, and he never flashed out his cash. However, one of his rare luxurious purchases was his Palo Alto home back in the mid-90s. The 7-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom, turn-of-the-century Tudor-style house is a testament to Jobs' unwavering class and sophisticated taste. The cozy estate represented its owner perfectly: quiet, calm, private, and inspiring. The late genius was not found to share details about his private home, although those who visited it testify of its simplistic yet comfortable and classy interior design. The creator of Apple may have been brilliant at innovating the world and pushing it into the future, but when it comes to showing off, he had a lot to learn. Number 5. Oprah Winfrey. Can you imagine if Oprah had just one marvelous house at her disposal? Relax! The queen of all media has 3 meticulously designed, ultra-luxurious mansions where she can enjoy some privacy. Her Montecito home is nothing short of a palace. With its 23,000 square foot living space, the manor is truly a place where you will need a golf cart to go around. The $100 million home is nicknamed the Promised Land for a good reason. Inside the property, you will find breathtaking gardens, horse stables, and a pool. The interior of the main house is spectacular, with predominantly a Neo-Georgian style. Everything inside the house is a piece of art, from the pictures on the wall to the chandeliers and staircases. And since $100 million is not impressive enough, Oprah bought another $14 million house in Telluride, Colorado. This secluded paradise-like home has a spectacular stone and wood design, which blends it with the surrounding nature. The estate has some magnificent views of the Colorado mountains, and to top it all off, an extended terrace with a fire pit right in the middle, just so you can watch the surrounding nature in style. The interior, naturally, has everything a vacation home needs: fitness, entertainment area, wine cellar, personal spa center, and so much more. For some obscure reason, that wasn't secluded enough for Oprah, so the queen of all media decided to spend another $40 million on an ultra-luxurious residence on Orca Island. Naturally, the house had every permutation a TV star could want, but I guess the cold Washington weather scared the TV star, as she sold the home only 3 years after she bought it. Number 4. Elon Musk. Yes, Musk is still on Earth, and he's still owning Twitter. Along with the biggest gossip website in the world, Musk owns a home that's not something you'd expect from a billionaire. The wealthiest person in the world lives in a tiny $50,000 house in Boca Chica, Texas. I'd like to say that the place is ultra-luxurious, but honestly, it's not. It's just a regular home. About 350 square feet with everything one needs to live comfortably. And nothing more. What a waste of potential. Still, Elon is probably getting used to how he will live on Mars someday. I guess there aren't many swimming pools, private cinemas, and ultra-luxurious private spa centers on the red planet. Number 3. Larry Ellison. Oracle's former CEO Larry Ellison is definitely not taking Musk's advice on housing. The billionaire, whose current net worth is $103.3 billion, can spend each month of the year in a different ultra-luxurious property he owns. Ellison's Woodside, California estate is without a doubt among his favorites. The brilliant investor has a thing for Japanese culture, so naturally he built his home in the traditional Japanese style. Larry reportedly paid $200 million to make this ultra-luxurious heaven into something that any billionaire can envy. The estate has its own lake, pond, and, as the Japanese tradition dictates, a separate tea house. I'm not sure how many Japanese can afford to build themselves a separate tea house, but let's not get too invested in the details here. Still, nothing beats the real deal, so Ellison spent another $86 million on buying himself a genuine Japanese villa near Kyoto. The property is located on a Zen Buddhist temple's grounds. That's what I call a true anime fan, not like you all Avatar The Last Airbender loving anime fan wannabes. However, Ellison went a step further in his eccentric purchases. he bought 98% of the Hawaiian island of Lanai. Now that's what I call some quality privacy. What's $300 million when you desperately need some beauty sleep? Number 2. Michael Jordan. Finally, we have the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. The wealthiest athlete of all time has invested heavily into real estate and has several ultra-luxurious mansions to brag about. Among them, without a doubt the most eye-catching, is his $29 million Chicago dream house. The manor has 9 bedrooms and 15 bathrooms, 5 fireplaces, and an aquarium with exotic fish in one of the dining rooms. Among the many amenities, there is a full-size basketball court. Come on, can you expect anything less from the king of basketball? Of course, the winters in Chicago are far too chilly for Jordan to stay there all the time. That's why he purchased a $13 million mega mansion in Jupiter, Florida. Let's skip the obligatory Space Jam joke here and just move on to the good stuff. The house has 11 bedrooms and 11.5 bathrooms, accompanied by a cigar room, a basketball court, a swimming pool, and so much more. While Jordan became a household name thanks to Chicago, his home state is North Carolina. So, naturally, Jordan decided to purchase a lakefront villa there, worth $3 million. The home is located near one of the most luxurious golf courses in the US. The house is some 22 miles from the arena where Jordan's team, Charlotte Hornets, plays. If he's not in the mood for traveling, though, he could always crash in his ultra-luxurious condominium. The penthouse has everything the superstar would need after watching his team play. After all, the building is just around the corner from the arena. In total, Jordan's portfolio is worth over $60 million. Not bad for someone who made billions from throwing a ball at a basket. Number 1. Mukesh Ambani. Not everyone can claim they live in the world's most expensive house. Then again, Mukesh Ambani is not just anybody. The $90.6 billion worth Indian tycoon lives in a $2.6 billion house. Although it's quite disrespectful to the surrounding skyscrapers to call something taller than them a house. This 566 feet tall structure is home to only 6 people. Well, and their hundreds of servants, of course. The first 6 floors are a garage for more than 150 cars. The top 6 floors are the living quarters of the Ambani family. In between, there are 15 floors in which servants and bodyguards share the space with entertainment centers, a swimming pool, a home theater, private fitness, a spa center, and so much more. The house's interior is strictly decorated according to Hindu tradition. At the same time, it doesn't shy away from some ultra-luxurious amenities, a staggering view of the Mumbai Metropolitan and the Arabian Sea. These were the most incredible homes billionaires live in. Whether it would be a $2.6 billion home or a $50,000 house, it's not the money that makes the home, it's the family. Although living in an ultra-luxurious mega mansion certainly helps in my opinion. In which house would you prefer to spend your golden years? I'd go for Oprah's Montecito Palace. If you liked watching how the ultra-rich live, maybe you'd like to see how Kim Jong-un spends his billions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.